We're rolling through the games, and some teams are rolling through the competition in a pretty convincing fashion as well. But still, we do not have those teams that completely solidify themselves as getting a win on a win on a win. Wildcats, they walk away with their second win overall on Miramar. Not a high kill game, but it was such an interesting and just crazy circle again to deal with. That ending was one that no team could really predict correctly on how to rotate round.
Yeah.
But our standings, Toby, see Avangar jump back up into it. Now, today already, they've had a second place, and they just walked away with a fourth place, but they've always had the kills off the back of it as well. So this has helped them massively. Northern Lights have now overtaken We Need a Home as well, who were sitting in fourth and now swapped down to sixth because they are on Struggle City. It has not been good for them since going over to Miramar, and it's actually scary now. Look how close teams are.
Yeah, if you look at the K23 and Riddle situation, just 4 points separating them, and everyone below them, they have got to step it. I mean, they've got 2 games left, right? And they're sitting extremely close, and Football has got 2 actually pretty good games today, coming in back to back.
Yep.
And well, I mean, technically, there's a chance they got themselves a win already. We see Istanbul Wildcats that won the previous game, so there's no saying in what can happen. But all these teams that are in the bottom, they need hell of a good performances, because honestly, getting all the way up to Gamerlegion at 151 is not impossible. We've seen crazier things before, but unlikely for the teams that are in 10th down to 16th. So it's pretty much a fight for that 8th place spot right now. And Riddle, well, I mean, they're sitting in it for now. But for how much longer?
I would not want to be fighting for that 8th place spot either. It's going to be so back and forth over these final 2 games.
Imagine Riddle and K23 going out early this game. That would just make, I mean, like 6 teams fighting for 1 spot. That would be absolutely insane.
I would not want to be them. As Avangar going to go towards La Cobria? I'm terrible.
It's getting better every single time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's getting better. You're getting there. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
I am the most British way of saying
I've heard worse games. Don't worry. I've heard worse. Don't worry.
Good. I'm not the worst. I'll take that. That's better than nothing. But Avangar are going there. They're just jumping out early this time around. I believe Zen will go for... Yeah, Valdemar here. They can easily get to that. Where's Seekorg gone this time? Okay, they've gone back to El Pozo, so Seekorg aren't going to go down south.
Finally get a Western
but
plane.
They've had a couple of good games off the fact that they've changed up positions and played differently here. Seekorg is certainly... and my issue with this is Seekorg, we said about them in phase 1. Started off really strong, slowed down a little bit, but managed to keep themselves going. In this, they didn't start off strong. They're slowly getting better. We're seeing more like top 10 finishes from them. But they're struggling to really have them standout games.
And that's the thing, right? They really, really have to get things going in order to want to get anywhere with these final 2 games remaining. Now, we've seen the Western Plane finally. Did we also get a Western Circle? No, it's actually rather center. A little out to the east once again. We've seen that 2 times today already, so it's familiar territory for all of these players. And for No Tag Team, well, I mean, they're sitting pretty damn center. They're pretty much the only team that dared to go back to where they normally loot on the, well, somewhat more eastern side of things than what they've done before. So, so kudos to them for getting the circle. But of course, as we've seen and said so many times before, circles don't always equal wins.
Oh, no, it doesn't always happen that way. There is a lot more involved in it than that, because you can sit center for the longest time and the first team that rolls up on you just wreck you and you go, ha, that didn't work out.
Exactly.
And No Tag Team do not want to be that team that ends up happening, because they are very central right now, but they're in a position where we've seen them today have a 12th place and a 13th place. It's not been pretty, despite how good they managed to start things off with on the opening day.
Yeah.
Both No Tag Team and Futbolist on day 1 were like, ooh, these could become our standout Miramar teams. And then they both struggled the next day. No Tag is still struggling now, but at least Futbolists have had these good performances. They had a 5th place on the previous game just gone, and then a 5th place again on the first game.
Yeah, so they had 9 kills in the first game too. So really good performance for No Tag Team. And as we said before, I mean, if you have to activate that kind of well, let's get things going now thing, then I mean, it might even be too late, but it's about time that it happens now. That is for sure. With just a couple of games remaining as a Gates team tomorrow.
I call it lighting the flame under their behinds.
I just realized something, James.
What?
And normally I hate to correct myself in saying things. I was 99% sure that today was going to be the final day. I completely forgot that we have a home all day tomorrow.
Yeah, we got tomorrow. Yeah, we're not Thursday.
I know.
That's what I've been saying.
I said earlier today as well, oh my God, 2 more games to go. But there's 6 games to go. There were plenty of time, guys. Everyone can win this one.
I just thought you meant 2 games to go today. That's why I was.
No, I was.
Because I already mentioned how many days we had left. Clearly, Toby's back to not listen to me, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
On top of having to commentate with him, I now have to live with him,
Yeah,
and he just ignores me the entire time.
It's rough. It is rough.
This friendship's going downhill, mate. It's all falling apart.
In any case, we got that's just better. We got even more PUBG, and these guys have even more of a chance now to get back up in there. And that's just making those things from 10 down to 16, because we don't have that one team that is that far behind. It was Futbolist. It was LXG down there, but they've both had good performances today, and now they've tied up things with the other guys.
Yeah, and I'm really liking what we're seeing from LXG. LXG definitely had the biggest turnaround. Like, Futbolist have had 2 good days now where it's starting to look better. But, I mean, for LXG, I honestly at one point just thought they were going to be completely down and out. I didn't think there was any hope for it.
Kind of disappointed we never see any bikes or cars to jump down in that pit thing, you know, where they drive around in circles like that and like
Mad Max.
Yeah, exactly that style.
Miramar could actually be a Mad Max world.
It really could. It kind of is.
Can we get a PUBG X Mad Max?
It kind of is already, isn't it? I mean, in its own way.
Let's go really
Mexican
hardcore with
Max.
it, though. Oh, God.
Hola, senor. I'm going to steal your water. I don't know, is that kind of what it's about? The new movie?
4 minutes, 40 seconds in, and we have already hit this point, Toby.
It's just one of those days. In any case, Circle is, as we said before, somewhat center, and teams are making their way on up. We've seen these circles before. Everything evolving these creator center points. I mean, Lapendita in this case just makes it so tough for teams to get further, far enough in to take a center spot that when that next circle pops, because there's so much open terrain, I mean, everything around Lapendita is just open fields. Yeah. You have Minas Generadas up on the northern side, but you have a huge kind of area around it that's really tough to play around. Greg is just doing his thing, you know. It's, yeah.
Not the place to do it as well when all these teams are rotating near you.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because they were starting their rotation. They were starting to get going in the vehicles, and then Greg getting knocked. It's gonna set them a bit further behind.
It's like 30-second delay to what they want to achieve here. The Wildcats are previous winners. They're already getting themselves pretty damn central here, but they've got no tag near them. And no tag again, yes, they're split up, but I mean, with all these teams surrounding them now, you'd think maybe they decide, let's kind of rein this back in a little bit.
Yeah. You see Slippy is forced out of the vehicle. He's turning around, potentially wanting to go back towards his teammates. I don't know if they know that Jupsig is sitting over there. And I don't think that Jupsig knows that there's a crate there either, but that doesn't matter right now, because now Soul doesn't clip. That's squaring off. We talked about Riddle. They need something going here, and they're not getting the start they want once again. Riddle loses a player early.
They cannot have this keep happening as well. It's been so unfortunate for Riddle. We spoke about how close they are on the points to actually make it to a good spot now, and they've got teams hot on their heels in terms of K23. Well, they don't want to lose that spot to them.
That's a rough start, and Force as well, wanting to get themselves some more points in all of this. They're sitting pretty well on the northern side right now. But it's always this thing, with this road in particular, we see it right here, going from San Martino Hacienda down towards Picado. It's so damn hard to maneuver around, and you have so many teams, so many like opportunities for teams to sit on the sides and just take crazy shots at you. And we just see time and time again, anyone that rotates here. We saw Zoekt Een Naam yesterday. They decided to go down this road. Instant death.
It is not an easy one to take, that's for sure. You allow yourself pretty open to be attacked from all angles. LXG have got an interesting split on if you're watching the map stream at the moment. Most players are just about leaving the island and getting their way across, but Sneaky Slayer's gone pretty much sending it straight into the circle. He's going to run into Northern Lights if he's not careful.
They're going east around Los Leones. I kind of like that. The fact that there isn't a lot to play from on that side means that if the circle does go there, they can take a spot, whereas if it goes west and they aren't there immediately, it's still okay because there are way more compounds on the western side of the center point of this circle than there are on the eastern. You'd rather be on the side of the circle where there's less things available.
Now, I don't know how much time I said that was wasted there. I said that it should be around 30 seconds, but K23 are only now just grouping back up after all of that silliness that went on, obviously.
Yeah.
Greg found himself knocked down, so that's such a huge hindrance in terms of where you want to try and grab space, because Zen have now beat him to it, Gamerlegion beat him to it, we need a home seat. There's hardly any teams that are now not, and they were one of the first starting to make the rotations. Yeah,
the thing is, I mean, to me, K23 isn't really the center-grabbing team anyway, so it's not the biggest defeat for them, but they are an area of the map where there aren't a whole lot to play around, and if that circle goes away, and as you said, other teams getting those center positions before them, that's going to mean for rough and really tricky rotations, because normally, even though you don't get the center, you still sit up early. You can sit, you can look around, see where other teams are. Now, they're getting there right now, and they're about to start the rotation again, potentially, and they haven't yet to get any info.
That is the problem. As a nade goes out, Just White does manage to avoid it, but Ivor is just going to escape. He's going to use that There's his moment to say, nope, I'm not going down early this time around. I need to get back with my teammates because there is an entire squad here that I do not want to deal with.
Nope, just got to get away. And again, the smarter disengages tend to work out for you. If you can keep your player alive for that one circle longer, you have that much more of a winning chance.
Now, Avangar, they've got so much space to work with over on this western side. They've not even rotated in the blue. They're just chilling where they are at the moment.
But look at who they're rotating into. Besiktas.
Oh, God.
That's going to be a thing again.
Of all the places you guys could have chosen to go, this still happens.
The yin and yang of this group circle now centering up somewhat, but a little further north. So there's room up there. Avangar has the 180 on this.
Yeah,
they have to just turn around. Away. They came from up there. They know that it's clear. They need to just turn around, drive back where they came from.
Gamerlegion under pressure, under fire. The Deep is trying to land some shots onto Bjorn as he's trying his crazy driving. He will be able to escape at least for now.
Yeah, they need to make a rotation up north as well. They're running on foot. That's interesting. Seems like Avangar deciding to go south anyway and actually just swapping spots with Besiktas here. For you guys watching the map stream, Futbolist on the eastern side as well. They got plenty of room to rotate around, but they're seemingly rotating in towards the Minas Generales area. And that's a spot you can normally get yourself kind of pinned in rather early.
Plenty more nades going out, as you'll expect. See if anyone can catch them on their rotations on their way through. Insidegames, we spoke about what they needed to do previously once they've had these good spots to play from before. Can they try and pick up some kills here now? Onto Gamerlegion. Pixel getting up close and personal with Bjorn, who's very low on health. Doesn't have any nades to work with, so he's got to find another way to force it. And he's going to go back to his car and get some cover. And that was the right timing. That was the smart decision. But you've got to be careful because that car can still blow up.
Yeah, and the nade is coming in now as well. Pixel has to jump on and away. Seems like he'll be able to do so. And Bjorn can't overcommit on this one. Your teammates are not there to help you. You're fighting in an angle at which they cannot provide you any cover fire. You see them running around over by the compound on the southern side. There's no way they can help if Bjorn gets taken down here.
Pixel's like, why do I not have a grenade?
His teammates are coming in though. He's doing the smart thing. He's buying himself a lot of time. Bjorn should be spending this time trying to potentially get away, but now he's getting shot at from multiple angles.
Ring comes round. We'll start off with the first knock. Beautifully done now, and there is no team members yet for Gamerlegion to help him out, so Pixel will have this in full control.
They kind of turn it around as well. They can't really engage in this. Bjorn maybe peeked a bit too early, trying to get out on the backside, but Zoekt Een Naam was sitting down there too, and there was just nowhere for him to run. I mean, you can see his position right here. I mean, where did he go, right?
It's like, brilliant.
The Gamerlegion players, they tried to come up and help. Zoekt Een Naam started shooting, and then they couldn't get up there, and Bjorn just got called off.
Odgelovacs finally come in, though, so Pixel's got the backup. They'll go in for the flush, no problems at all.
Whee!
Whee!
No backflips.
Rip.
That's unfortunate. Circle is closing on in as we speak, and everyone's pretty much in the circle already. Besiktas, the only ones that aren't. They're making their way in far up from the north. This is actually the position I would expect to see Avangar play from in this game. But Besiktas are the ones up there, and of course they're hoping that the shift will go their way. If you can pretty much cut the circle in half right now across the middle, you have 2.5 teams. 2 teams in Seekorg and Besiktas, and then you have Jord up there. Everything else is south. If this circle goes north, not only is it an open field, but for all these teams down south having to rotate, it's going to be so hard.
K23 coming alive once again. They're getting the knocks and kills onto the Zen players. And they're also now taking a few shots at Gamerlegion, who can't seem to get any space to find themselves a little bit of a break. They just sat there and it's like, we're fighting again. This is happening.
These craters are extremely tough to play around, especially if you're in the middle, having teams fight you from the edge. Now, No Tag and Northern Lights squaring up against one another. Happening over in the area of Minas Generales. New circle is gonna pop, and it sent us up once more. Plenty of open area. Everything that isn't Graveyard, everything that isn't the area of Minas Generales is, well, I mean, yeah, as I said, really open. The entire run for Zoekt Een Naam up towards Graveyard, and from further on north there, it's really open with a big uphill from Hacienda up towards Minas. So tricky area to play around if you don't have some of that hard cover.
You saw the map screen just then. You saw Besiktas making their way down from the north. But remember, they went past Power Grid. Them and Avangar literally just went around each other. Didn't actually fight for once, which is a positive for both teams in that sense. But it means that they've taken different routes than what you would have normally expected. But this nade, ooh, that's the way you get it done. 2 kills and another knock to come in. Okay, bro's just sat in the background saying, really? Like, come on.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Quizzy weren't there to help. He's stuck in La Bandita with LXG looking down towards him. And now Insidegames finally daring to push on further forward. And they are getting shots fired down towards the players from Gamerlegion. They won that first game, but now it's all up to Hamster to keep off these 4 Insidegames players. And it's not going to happen. Sampic gets him down. 4 kills for Insidegames. And Gamerlegion, despite winning the first one, go double 16th place.
Not what they would have wanted at all.
That's the curse. You get to win one, but then you go down early in the next 2. But then would you rather have had 2 second places?
No, they went 10th on the previous game.
Oh, they did go 10th.
So that's not too bad. Yeah, it's not double 16th, but a 16th here is not what they would have wanted to see. And as we said, they've crept their way up now. They're in 7th place at the moment. They want to continue to get these additional points in, but they were completely swarmed around multiple teams there. You had Insidegames and K23 and Zen nearby. And Vazku, he is under pressure. Shot's been missed. He's got Page on his back, but Page gets rolled over. That's not what you want to see. Timing is how it comes down sometimes, like this. And Hanny, he's on the hunt. He knows Vazku's close, and he knows he's landed some close shots to him. But this is what happens. You poke out, and another team starts taking shots. And it's We Need a Home to deliver a lot of damage towards him.
Really unfortunate timing for Page there. Jumped off the bike with a bit too much speed. Was it like 1 HP? Jump off took him down. He's gonna get finished off. 2 Greg from the side gets the third party and steal the kill. Important points coming in. We know how close it is with the Riddle sitting right here, and them as well. Vasco gets the knock on the first guy. Handybro is not at all in a position to help him out now. He does go around the side for the push. Damage done by Vasco. Somehow still alive. Does the pre-frames? What the universe is going on here? Riddle, how did you not get him down?
Vazku just got gifted some kills. My hands are on my mouth because that is impossible. How did they allow that to happen? Huge work from Vazku. Great play as well. He poked out, took a few shots, thinking he was going to be up close, realized he wasn't, then ran around the door and still managed to get the knock in, and will now get the kills for it. Beautiful stuff there, considering how much pressure he was put under as a solo player.
Absolutely mind-blowing what we just saw there. And as you said, extremely well executed. I mean, as well executed as you possibly could.
Yeah.
There for Vasco,
chaotic, but chaotic in a successful way, because he's just trying to spray out from what he's hearing and what he's just about seen, because he doesn't know which way they're going to go.
Huge blunder for Riddle. Look at the position if you look in the map screen right now. Vasco is sitting dead center. They would have had that entire area to themselves. Sure, they might get pulled up upon it at some point, but Jord might have been able to push up. Now Jord is outside the circle. Yeah. They're already in a struggle for points here. This is not the type of fight they wanted to take there. That's for sure.
It's likely that Vazku can chill here for quite a bit.
And that's the thing. I mean, nobody's going to push it because everyone's expecting it to be taken at this point, right? So, yeah, Zoekt Een Naam getting a freebie there.
Insidegames, though. 5 kills already, and now they're going on the hunt for more against K23. Greg. Nade's come out towards him. He's managed to heal himself back up, but Zampeak is ooh, that's not less than ideal. Those rocks can hurt Zampeak. His knee's going to shudder a little bit there, but he's got 79 health still to work with. He's pushing up over the hill. He wants to try and spot him out here. Quizzy's actually still doing some work against LXG, but Zampeak has finally found these K23 players. And he's just working his way around the side. He's trying to go fast, but is he going to be able to get anything done? Spots out onto Desert. A lot of damage done, but he still can't find the knocks. He's just solo beaking into these fights. He needs his teammates with him as well.
Yeah, Zampeak is aggressing on this one pretty, not single-handedly. His teammates are there, but not close enough. He could get peeked on towards him. Look at the pushing now. The teammates are coming over the top. Zenix is there, gets down Dragon. This execution from Insidegames is nowhere near anything we've been seeing in this tournament so far. Extremely well coordinated.
Yeah, that was really well done. I was a little bit worried with Zampeak being so aggressive there, because all it would have taken was Greg to turn around. Yeah. But Greg was so under pressure from Zenix that it meant that his focus was elsewhere anyway. And now Mamino, he grabbed himself a shack and he said, okay, I'm just going to have to sit here, I know. There's not much else to it. As Avangar are going to be finding We Need a Home down just far from Insidegames. And Insidegames might be able to spot that out from the distance as well.
And where has We Need a Home been on Miramar?
Sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to like kind of work the math on what has been, like what's not been working for them, because Miramar has never been the map that they haven't been able to get points on. But clearly, something is not working at all for them when it comes to these games.
Maybe it will work for now. Smash, he's back at it to his old tricks. Finds himself a couple of knocks in there. Besiktas have found themselves going down, though.
Jord 1v1 against Tamil gets the finish up on towards him. That's going to be a kill guaranteed and potentially a little closer to placement points.
Arrow trying to sprout the Futbolist players here. Lands the headshot, and they're going to go down. No tag team. 9 kills, and they've kept 4 alive.
We wanted them to wake up. They had such a good day one. They slept on us yesterday, and now they have a chance to do something here again.
Maxazor gets some revenge against We Need a Home, but again, it's Avangar with 2 players. Name a more iconic duo than Avangar and 2 players alive. You may as well just queue as 2 separate squads as 2 players.
Could be.
Maybe that's the new play. So one team can be called Action Man and one team can be called Avangar. Then I'll be happy. And they'll probably still just do as well.
Yeah, we do have to see them cross the road, though, most likely at least, unless they get an absurd amount of hardships in their direction. Oh, Morpheus is not going to miss those shots. Dupes again, either of those, and that's going to be a trade 1-for-1. Broxel is still alive. He could potentially get up and get the rest on up, but he's going to go for the finish off instead.
Oh, Smash just tried to get away, but so much more is coming towards him. Avangar are not going to let him escape out of this one.
Blue is pushing on Broxel. He has to run on forward. Circle's going to push as we speak. It's going to reveal itself as well. Smash does go down. Maxisol stays alive, and Broxel and Morpheus go down and out as well. Powerful as well. Have had a rough time on Miramar.
It has not been working out for these guys at all. Avangar will have to push in soon, though, and they've got quite a way to go. But they may have a bit of space to work with here. That's going to be what they're really looking for, and to scope out the landscape in front of them. There's also Crate that could work out. Avangar and Crates, they seem to be getting them all this time today.
If they can't get the circles, at least they can get themselves some crates.
That's one you really want.
AWM.
Maxazor.
That would be juicy.
Maxazor, an AWM, and a Gilly.
A little bit of a sigh of relief for Riddle as they see Mumino go down and out. Maxisol, I'm not sure he's going to be able to stay put here for much longer. Vehicles do come in, 2 of them to be exact. An Octave, only in one of them. We'll drive one forward. Maxisol goes down as we speak, and then Octave is showboating. Maybe wrong timing to do that.
Yeah, not the way you want to play it. Insidegames, they came around the side, and I said that they were seeing all this go on, right? And now they've come in, and Avangar get eliminated, the nade comes out, and they're going out in 9th.
And look at this position for Vasco. Riddle could have had 2 guys alive in this exact spot. Yord is still alive on the north side, trying to stay put and get as many placement points as humanly possible. He is still alive. 8 teams are remaining, so he has succeeded in getting at least 1 point, but of course he wants more.
Wildcat's going to try and push up on this. Spiro, can he hold on to it? Takes a lot of damage, will go down. Needs help from Sneaky Slayer this time. He can't prone it out because they know his position. Shots coming out towards him. He's dancing around, but he is going to get taken out. And Vasquez the one to actually nick away a kill there as well. All right, Vasquez, chime in while you like.
Every point you can get. Wildcats, they got themselves a win already today. And, well, I mean, it's going to be a tough push for here if they have to go much further than where they're currently located. But there's a chance. There's a hope. There's always something. And now there's an 8-2. It's not going to go far enough.
Close, but not close enough, as O'Connell will try and run away, but it's out in the open here.
Also, it's going to force O'Connell to say, maybe I don't want to go that direction.
Yeah, maybe this isn't the play.
Yeah, exactly. But as you can see here, for Wildcats, they have a really, really, really open field ahead of them. And if this circle goes down towards them, and then it doesn't include the little bit of a ridge line they have to hide behind here, then I'm not seeing where they can go.
Vasquez under pressure from Insidegames as well. So they do know where he is. It's all about what timing he can stay alive for. You've got Hjort, who's also a solo player in it, but everyone else has pretty much got full squad. The Wildcats just having 3 players here, but it means that it's less likely these solo players can get further into these placement points.
Yeah, I see no tag team wanting to get looted up, sharing the last match, sharing the last utility to make sure that push is going to be possible upon O'Connell. Already pushed on forward, and they have Jupsik, Gibbet, and the arrows up on the Minas Generales side still. Graveyard, though, somewhat sent on the circle, and Force as well, a team we haven't really seen a whole lot from. 4 guys alive, have Graveyard under control, but can they get themselves a win here?
So many nades barreling out here. And Insidegames just trying to find this player. And obviously they're not aware that it's just him on his own either, so they've got to play it cautiously. They're checking all the houses out, and they're making sure they're covering their angles here. Vasquez with the smart decision, he's just going to prone it up and wait it out. And as the Insidegames get too overextending it, other teams may fire at them.
Look at how they're double peeking everything. I like the way they're clearing this, not leaving anything up for chance. Arrows goes down. Hickey secures himself a knock from far behind. They have made the run on up as well. Now nades are coming in too. It's going to be Gibbet getting knocked there as well. O'Connell now all by himself inside the shack. I'm not seeing him get out of here alive. Jupsig as well. Rough situation for him to be in.
Oh no, he's been spotted.
Oh, they did jump up and see him.
Vasquez came over, run. Oh, he goes down.
Did you say run? Where does he run when he's inside a container?
He quickly tries and bolts out. Just needs to get out of there.
No clip, no clip. I don't know. It's just something. That's not a whole lot you can do from that spot, unfortunately. But Seekorg, of course, heard all the shots and all the commotion. And they want to see if they can third party in this. But Balas, at least right now, is the only one up here. Philo is knocked, and, well, I mean, Balas just lost his entire cavalry.
Yeah, this is not the fight he wants to take, but he will start off with a knock. This is a strong play coming in from him. And if he can get this finish on with a nade, but more damage coming out towards him. Zampeek's getting the job done. No tag team go out as well.
Too greedy for the flush, gets him taken down. He knew there were multiple people up and around the area, but he committed the nade to try and get the flush. And in the end, he didn't.
Insidegames up at 12 kills, and they're looking to deal some more damage now onto Seekorg. We've got a good place to hold from here, but it is mostly excluded now in this new circle.
Yeah.
Wildcats have got pretty much all of the east to themselves here.
Yeah, they can sit pretty well in it over there. They got. They were fortunate that that Force helped them out in taking out no tag team as they tried pushing on forward. And now Furrex is the next in line to try and hold off Insidegames. One win down from each team. Now Insidegames, as you can see, they're starting to get pressured from other shots too. Seekorg, they're split on each side. They have to push forward though.
Higgy may find himself getting knocked, but more damage is coming in from Forze. They don't have massive amounts of kills yet, but now they've come out and now they're ready to fight. They've got a good 2-2 split going on. They should be able to keep Higgy up and running as Insidegames. They're throwing out a ton of smokes here, but is it going to provide them the cover they need to escape out of this and get themselves into a better position within this circle?
Insidegames cannot take anything for granted here. They need to continuously push on forward, and they need to be wary of their backs. They know that they had Balas down there. They got the kill on him before, and they need to expect there to be more players from Seekorg in that direction. They still have Furrex hiding on the rocks, and they need to take him out before they can focus on what's happening on the other side of these hills. They haven't even cleared it. Now Pixel goes down there, but by himself.
About to say, yeah. It's just scary. Furex has found that was instant. Instant.
Wow. That's, it's like, I knew it was there.
He's like, you guys didn't check this probably, did you? And they're like, no, Dad. And Pixel runs forward. There you go. That's how you do it.
Are you satisfied now, commentators? Yes, we are. Thank you so much. Because now, I mean, this is going to give them so much more room to maneuver around.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening to us and clearing out what was happening there. But I've got to say, Yordale, still alive. Trying to keep Riddle in it. You know that K23 already out. Mumino went out earlier. And he's just getting all the placement points that he can here.
Getting himself boosted up as well. He's going to have to make the run on forward. It's not going to be an easy one for him either.
There's no way in hell, if you're Force, that at this point you can expect there to be a play up there. It should be one of the other guys from above, right?
Oh no! Takes the shot. He's challenging it. Hjort gets the first knock onto Higgy. Can he flush anyone? He's got 12 health though, and he's going to struggle to keep himself going. The circle damage is going to finish him off, and the Riddle go out in fourth.
Not sure if he saw him there, if Hjort got a little too trigger happy, but down he goes. Good fourth place though, everything considered. They lost those two players earlier, but did manage to get themselves into placement points. So good job for him, getting much needed points in the match here.
For's the only team though with 4 players up in it. The Wildcats back into a top 3 position as well. And Insidegames, multiple kills already. And now they're looking for their big win.
If Insidegames win this one, they will be the team to have the most wins so far in this group. In total, I think actually too. I don't think any team has 4 kills or 4 wins yet.
I'll take your word for it. We'll have to see if Insidegames can make the magic happen as Grishka Power is going to be spotted, but Zampeek can't land the shots. And Grishka, you're being shot at. Grishka, look, move, duck, dive, fire some back as well. He may take down Katurkan, but you've got to deal with Zampeek as well, mate.
I'm surprised we didn't see Zampeek shoot into the wall yet, like in frustration, like we saw with Simsy yesterday, because he missed a whole lot of bullets there.
Oh no, he's going to find himself being picked apart. That's exactly what happens. A nade comes up, but it won't do too much. Well, it won't do any damage as Zolt as he stands strong throughout all of it. Just gets the sound cue knock, and Forze, they're taking full control of this.
And you can see how they want to get Higgy up there as well. They need him out. They need those 4-man advantage, and they're doing everything they can to apply pressure and allow for their teammates to push up. As soon as they shoot, Higgy should be able to run up. But actually, at the moment, he's not running. He's staying down there. It's a contrast to what I'm saying.
The DMRs are putting in that work for the Forze boys. They're trying to barrel out some nades off towards A&L. And he's still chilling. He's just going to hide it out and hope that these two teams will fight each other down to the very last wire, and it maybe gives him a chance to work in it. But he's going to be seen by someone eventually, and he can only keep himself covered from one side here, really.
Yeah, Insidegames just gets shifted away from as well. They need to run forward from the little dip they have available up there at some point soon. And right now, if you're a Wildcats player, you're just going to be sitting down there and doing absolutely nothing. He is, though, starting to take shots as teams are starting to realize where he's sitting.
He's got a nade. Now is the time to use it as that smoke He's given a rid of cover, but there's plenty of shots coming out from it. The Wildcats go down in third. A&L tries to hang on to it, but in the meantime, Fosvard's able to get himself 2 knocks on the board. There's only 1 player left standing. Senex has been found. Lots of damage coming on towards him. Higgy has to back away, though, because the circle came in. The blue was going to do damage, and he's not taking any risks here. Senex on the hunt. He wants an additional kill, but Zolters is tapping him away, and Forze take the win, and they get it with 10. 20 points for them.
Welcome to the mix, guys. We have been missing